Charles Ellison, 29 years on death row. Ellison was found guilty in 2002 of the 1999 break-in and killings of Joseph and Lillian Boucher, a couple from Kingman. Richard Finch, Ellison's accomplice, received a life sentence. John Fitzgerald, 15 years on death row. In 2010, Fitzgerald was found guilty of killing his mother, Margaret Larkin, in 2005. As her elderly fiancé watched, he went to her Sun City West residence, stabbed and slashed her with a sword, and then shot her to death with a pistol. Shauna Forde, 14 years on death row. For her part in the May 2009 home invasion deaths of Raul Junior Flores and his 9-year-old daughter Brisenia Flores in southern Arizona, Forde was found guilty in 2011. Forde, a border activist, and accomplices Jason Bush and Albert Gaxiola, according to the prosecution, targeted Flores for money and drugs to support anti-immigration efforts. Mike Gallardo, 16 years on death row. He was found guilty in 2009 of killing 20-year-old college student Rudy Padilla in 2005. Police said that during a break-in, Gallardo tied Padilla's hands and feet, covered his head with a pillowcase, and then shot him in the head. Michael Stephen Gallegos, 34 years on death row. He was found guilty in 1991 of the essay and killing of Kendall Wishon, Gallegos' brother George Anthony Smallwood's half-sister, in March 1990. When Smallwood and Gallegos made the decision to essay Wishon, they were living at Smallwood's mother's house. Wishon's body was then disposed of by Gallegos and Smallwood beneath a tree across the street from the Smallwood home. Smallwood's charges were dropped. Alfredo Garcia, 18 years on death row. Garcia was found guilty in 2007 of helping to kill Steve Johnson, a bar owner in Phoenix, in 2002 while he was refilling an ATM. Ruben Garza, 21 years on death row. In 2004, he was found guilty of killing Ellen Franco, his uncle's estranged wife, and Lance Rush, one of her companions, in December 1999. Fabio Gomez, 24 years on death row. In 2001, Gomez was found guilty of killing and essaying Joan Moraine, a neighbor, in 1999. Gomez left Moraine's body in a garbage can in an apartment building after striking her in the skull more than 18 times with a metal dumbbell. Ernest Gonzalez, 34 years on death row. He was found guilty in 1991 of Darrell Wagner's murder in February 1990. Gonzalez had broken into their Phoenix townhouse when Wagner, his wife, and their 7-year-old kid arrived. Gonzalez killed Wagner by stabbing him. Mark Goudeau, 18 years on death row. The baseline killer, Mark Goudeau, was found guilty of 84 offenses involving 33 victims after 2 trials in 2007 and 2011. Goudeau killed at least 8 women and robbed or essayed a number of others. Vincent Guarino, 12 years on death row. Guarino was found guilty in 2013 of kidnapping and killing Chad Rowe in March 2010 while attempting to join a white supremacist group. Tracy Hampton, 23 years on death row. Hampton was found guilty in 2002 of killing Charles Findley and Tanya Ramsdell, a couple from Phoenix, in 2001. When Ramsdell passed away, she was 5 months pregnant. Rodney Hardy, 16 years on death row. In 2009, Hardy was found guilty of the 2005 shooting killings at a Tempe apartment complex of Tiffany Lean and her lover, Don Stansiel. Before she left him a few days before the killings, Hardy and Lean had been dating and living together for over 2 years. Christopher Hargrave, 19 years on death row. In 2006, Hargrave was found guilty of killing Beatriz Alvarado, 31, Kenneth Brown, 27, and Fausto Jimenez, 30, in May 2002. Steve Boggs and Hargrave robbed a mess at Jack in the Box. Hargrave had been let go a month prior. Before escaping with cash stolen from the victims and registers, they pushed 3 workers into a cooler and shot them multiple times in the back. Robert Hernandez, 15 years on death row. In 2010, he was found guilty of killing Jenny Sanchez Rivera, Omar Guzman Diaz, and Pablo Guzman Diaz in Peoria in April 2008. Abel Hidalgo, 10 years on death row. In 2015, he was found guilty of killing Michael Cordova, 35, and Jose Rojas, 38, at a Phoenix auto body shop in January 2001. Court records show that Hidalgo received $1,000 in exchange for killing Cordova. Ruben Johnson, 24 years on death row. In 2001, Johnson was found guilty of the murder of Stephanie Smith, who was scheduled to testify in a previous armed robbery case in which Johnson was an accomplice in November 2000. James Johnson, 9 years on death row. In 2016, Johnson was found guilty of the murder of Mesa massage parlor owner Xianghong Huan in December 2010. Danny Jones, 32 years on death row. In 1993, Jones was found guilty of killing Robert Weaver and his 7-year-old daughter, Tisha Weaver, in March 1992. Jones took the man's car and his collection of firearms. Ronnie Joseph, 15 years on death row. In 2010, Joseph was found guilty of the 2004 shooting death of Tamar Brown, the 14-year-old nephew of his fiancée. After an argument at her residence, Joseph shot Brown, her roommate, and his girlfriend. The woman and her roommate made it out alive. Alvy Kiles, 25 years on death row. In 2000, he was found guilty of killing his girlfriend, Valerie Gunnell, and her kids in February 1989. Lucretia, age 9, and Shemia, age 5, were slain by him after he bludgeoned Gunnell to death because they were screaming and hollering while he killed their mother. Chad Lee, 31 years on death row. In 1994, Lee was found guilty of robbing, essaying, and killing Linda Reynolds, a pizza delivery worker, in 1992. 9 days after killing Reynolds, he was also found guilty of robbing and killing taxi driver David Lacey. Because of his unique order for a huge Hawaiian pizza, police were able to locate him. Darrell Lee, 32 years on death row. In 1993, Lee was found guilty of robbing and killing John Anderson, a Phoenix resident, in 1991, along with Karen Thompson, an accomplice. The two drove Anderson to La Paz County, where Thompson struck Anderson in the head and Lee strangled him after attempting to kill him with car exhaust. Thompson received a sentence of life in prison. Scott Lair, 28 years on death row. In 1997, he was found guilty of several female homicides and essays. Lair, also known as the babysit rapist, gave rides to ladies in a late-model Chevrolet with a baby seat in the rear. Lair essayed them while driving them to isolated parts of the desert. Their heads were smashed and 3 perished. 7 more, ranging in age from 10 to 47, were either released or left for dead, bloody and beaten. Lair was placed on death row in connection with the killings of Michelle Morales, 19, in February 1992, Belinda Cronin, 21, in January 1992, and Margaret Christoph, 40, in October 1991. Please hit that subscribe button if you like my channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.